Hello, hello! Today we are doctoring up our Dollar Tree witch hat with a little bit of mesh and some little feet and of course our little eyeball at the top, and it doesn't take a lot to make it look pretty. And I did my mesh a little bit differently this time because I wanted it to have that witchy look to it, you know, that worn look. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that. And all you're going to need is of course the witch hat, and we're going to remove this bottom portion of this tinsel. Okay, so all you have to do is, it's on these little like knobs. There's this little lip on here, so you kind of gotta get to where you can get one off, and once you get one off, they all start, and you just keep untwining it until you get the whole thing off. And all you're taking off is the bottom portion of it, okay, because we're going to leave the rest of the wreath intact. Okay, just keep going until you have it all off. So I'm going to come back in a minute when I have this all done, and then we're going to talk about how to get the mesh on there. Okay, so I will be right back. Okay, so we are back and we have the bottom tinsel all taken off, and all you have to do is take and wrap this one back into there. If it starts to come off from the top, it's not a big deal, and you're going to have this tinsel left. So what do I always tell everybody? Save it, because you never know, we might be making something else, and why waste it? Okay, so just twine it up and put it aside. You might be doing some like night near before Christmas thing or something, and you might want to use that. Then we're going to just peel off this buckle, because we're going to use it again when we put on some more mesh a little bit higher. And we're going to take off the boo. Again, we're going to save it, and you might want to put your boo back on there. It's entirely up to you. But we're just going to take this off of here so that we have this to work with, okay? So, the other thing you're going to need is this type of mesh from Dollar Tree. And for this project, I already have all my mesh cut up and ready to go. But I saved a little bit so I can show you guys how I made these little bundles like this to put around the trim of our frame. Okay, the other thing you're going to need is this, which is another part of the wreath making. It's sold by the mesh, and that is what I used on the top here. I just tied a few pieces together with the flower and an eyeball. And of course, the eyeball is from Dollar Tree. They come in a package like this. I picked a little flower off of my flower bunches, so if you already have one, you might want to use one you already have. And of course, you need pipe cleaners. Pipe cleaners, I've already done 2 of these wreaths by cutting everything down into the size that I needed, okay? And I still have this package left, so you can get quite a few out of one package. And what you're going to do is you're going to take one of the pipe cleaners and you're going to cut it into 3s. Okay, you don't need to waste a lot. I see a lot of people leaving a lot of leftover and cutting it off and throw it away. Unless you have something wrong with your fingers like arthritis, you're wasting a lot of material. You don't need that much to twine it on there, and then this way you don't have to cut it off either, so you're saving a lot of time doing it that way. So all you have to do is take, this is how I do my mesh and I cut it, because it's the easiest way to do it, is you take one, and then you take your second one, okay, and then guess what? You take your third one, and you lay them all on top of each other. I watch these videos, and I watch these people doing them one by one by one, and it's like, why are you wasting that much time? Time is money. Okay, so we have all 3 of them stacked on top of each other, and what we're doing is, I take my tape measure, and I already have a lot of my mesh already cut, so I'm only going to get 2 out of this one because I cut everything and I wanted it to have it ready for this video. And I pull my tape measure like this across, and I cut it in sections of 5 inches. Okay, so you're going to have 5 inches. So lock your tape measure in, and then I just give it a cut at 5 and a cut at 10. Okay. And that's how I do it all the way down. So 5, 10, 15, 20, as long as I can go, as long as my tape measure is going to hold it where I need it to go. And then I'm going to cut it off. And you're going to have little bundles like this. Okay? And like I said, I already put mine together. All I did was leave a few so that I could show you guys how I cut my mesh, because you guys are wasting a lot of time cutting one by one by one. I guess I just don't have that much time. Okay, so let's do one more. And then the rest, you'll have a little bit left over, but not a lot. And you do use the whole 3 rolls. So you're not going to get 2 out of 3 rolls of mesh. You're only going to be able to do 1 of the bottoms of the witch hat. Okay? So now what we're going to do is when we do the curl method, we roll this way, which is the 6 inches. For this one, because I wanted that spiky look, you're going to gather it this way. So from top to bottom. And it gives you that edge that I'm looking for. Okay, again, so here is here's the side. So you're looking at it sideways. This is the finished edge, this is the finished edge, and you're gathering it from the top to the bottom, which gives you that little look like that. Okay? And then you have your third one. Okay, so here it's curled. You're not rolling it this way. You're rolling it up and down like this. So you gather it this way, and you put it in your hand. You take one of your little pipe cleaners and you wrap it around and you twist it, and now you have enough to twine it to the base right here. Okay, so we could put one on, as a matter of fact. So let's put one on. See, so you put it between your frame. And the one thing about this frame that you have to watch is if you put too many in one area, you're going to have a problem and you're going to have to take it all apart. So you got to watch how many you're putting in there. So kind of estimate what you're doing, and you can always add more later, because look at all the little, you have all these little spaces to work in between. So if you put too many in here and not enough in here and then too many in here, you don't need more than 3. You can see that 3 is full enough. This is 3 rolls of mesh. That's all that is. So you have to work accordingly, and you can fill it in as you go if you need to. Okay, so again, here it is. You take this and you're working this way, and you're scrunching it from top to bottom, which is giving you that unfinished look. And a lot of people don't like this, and all you have to do is trim it off, but it gives it that witch look, you know. It doesn't give it that nice cutesy look. It gives it that little warny witch look. Okay, so there we are. And again, we're going to do it one more time. And there we are. And we're just going to bunch this up. We're going to twist it on here. Okay. And then we're going to put it on our thing. And you got to go on the, you're going to use all 3. So now I'm using the one closest to the witch hat. So I'm all the way on the 3rd row. What I mean by the closest to the witch hat is this one right here. Okay, so you're going to use all 3 of them, and you just kind of have to estimate. I can't really say, oh, put 3 here and 3 here, because they're not all going to be the same. They're all going to be different, okay? So we're going to do it one more time, and then I'm going to finish the wreath off and come back and show you guys how to just finish it up with the legs and your little bow at the top with your eyeball, and you'll be all set to make your own, okay? So we have 2 now. Okay, there's 2. And again, here's what your curl looks like. We don't want to curl it that way. We want to go this way. We're going to curl from here to here, this way down. Okay, and then you get that nice unfinished look. Now, if you want to do the other way, where you roll them the way they're supposed to be and you get the curl look, we did the red, white, and blue one like that. You can go to my YouTube channel and you can do that with any wreath. It doesn't have to be red, white, and blue. That's how you do the curl method. Okay, so we're going to take this, and again, we're going to twine this. Okay, and then I'm going to come back when I have this base all finished. So again, we're going on this one here, and now I'm going to do the bottom one. So you just have to watch where you put them. And like I said, I get a lot of messages, well, which one do I put it on? Just put it on. Just go along with it. Just go with the flow. Put one here, go first, second, third, first, second, third, first, second, third. So what I mean by first, second, third is this is your top roll, this is your second roll, this is your third roll. Top roll, second roll, third roll. Top roll, second roll, third roll. All the way till you do the whole thing. And once we do the top roll, second roll, last roll, you're going to see that this mesh covers up all these little things here that you're not even going to notice once it's on, okay? And you see those little ends there? All you're going to do is start to snip those off. You can trim it all up, but I like that little sassy, I call it sassy, that little sassy look to it that gives it that, you know, unfinished witch look. And if you want to do the curl method, you most certainly can. And then, of course, all we did with the witch legs, that's the back side, is we just tied it to the base here. There's nothing else to really do, but I'm going to show you how to do that when we come back. Okay, so I will be back shortly. Okay, so we are back, and as you can see, I have my whole bottom done, and I really kind of like these colors. They're kind of cute. You can decide if you want to use all purple or you want to use black and purple, whatever you want to do, whatever you can find at your local Dollar Tree. And then what I did was I took a piece of mesh, just a regular piece, and I'm going to fold this into 4 to make that strap across the center. Okay, so that's all you're doing is folding this into 4, and we're going to hot glue this around here. Okay? So that's all we're going to do is hot glue this around here. So you want to get it as straight as you can and just take it to the back like that and hot glue it, okay? Because then we're going to put that buckle on that we took off earlier. We're going to put that back on. Okay, so I have my glue gun. And we're just hot gluing this onto here. And then we're going to hot glue the buckle on to the front again. Okay, so in a second I'm going to let this dry a minute. No, I have someone that keeps asking me if I put lotion on my hands, and no, I don't. To keep my hands from burning. I get burned an awful lot, I'll tell you that. Because I don't do that. I should really. I just forget. I get my videos going and I forget, and I can't get little rubber things for each finger now, can I? Okay, so need to add a little bit more glue. You're going to need quite a little bit of glue to put this on, and mine is so doggone hot. There we go. Okay, then we have our little buckle that we took off that we're going to put back on again. Okay, then we're going to add our little flower at the top with our little eyeball. We're going to add our little legs, and we're going to be all done. Okay, so we have some of the garland, and we're just going to take, and we're going to put some hot glue on here. Okay, so we got that, and we're just going to glue this back to the front of here. Okay, so that's all we're doing, is we're giving that little bit back. Okay, now all we're going to do is we're going to take a flower, and you can decide. I'm going to use this one because it has a smaller center on it. We're going to take the flower apart, and you have to glue the flower together. So you have to take the 2 pieces and glue them together, otherwise it's just going to fall apart on you. Okay, so just add a little bit of hot glue in there, put the other one on top of that one. And now we're going to take just a little bit of this. We're going to cut it into 4 or maybe 6, because I think that's what I had the last time. So we have 1, 2, 3. That should be good. Okay, and then we're just going to tie one into the other. So just take this one, tie it like this. Okay, and then just tie this one into this. Okay, so you have that. And then we're going to hot glue that into here. And then we're going to glue the eyeball onto that, so that we have that whole thing, but you got to glue everything separate. That's a big bag of eyeballs for $1. I realize they're ping pong balls, but still, it's good for $1. Okay, so let's make sure we have this, and put a nice bunch of hot glue on there, and stick that right in the center of your flower. Okay, then all we have to do is put our legs on, and we're all done. Okay, so now I'm going to put a lot of hot glue here, so that we can add this to the top part of our hat here. Now these hats, I've seen a few people making Santa hats out of these too. So if you want to do a Santa hat, I'll show you guys how to do the Santa hat, because we got to take all this off, and we're going to add this right at the top there. Okay, so that's all done. And then we have our little hanger here, so we already have the hanger, and now all we have to do is take and put our legs on. Okay, so here is our sign. And all you're going to do is you're going to pull the legs from here. Pull, pull. So take your sign off. Okay, the sign is off. And then you're going to pull, pull, and then you have this. So you can use this on a wreath. So if you're doing a round wreath, you can do that. And you can add this to the other side. So there's a lot of cute things you can do with the wreath. So save those. And then just pull off the extras here. You know, this little bit that you have on here. This cardboard. And then all we're going to do is we're going to estimate where we want to tie this to the bottom lip of our hat. Okay, so all you do is when you want to tie it, you're going to tie it on this bottom right here, this bottom one right here, and we're just going to tie it on to that. So we're going to guess right now how long it should be. So I'll show you in 1 second what I mean, and you can readjust it however you want. So of course give yourself enough room between the legs. See, there's the legs, and then we're going to put the other one just a little bit further than the first one so that there's a nice spacing. And I know a lot of you say, well, I want to see what you're doing. It's just not possible. It's not possible. I mean, we've played with the camera. We've tried to do close-ups. We've tried to zoom in. It's just not possible to get every angle. I'm not a professional. I don't have cameramen. How sweet would that be to have my own cameraman helping me out? Okay, so now we have the legs on. Okay, so our little legs are there. Now, if I want to pull the legs up just a little bit, I can. And don't tie it in a knot until you have it exactly where you want your legs. And there you go. There is your doctored up witch's hat, just like the one I made the other day. How cute are they? Okay, so have fun making your own. And remember, pick up more than just this, because we have the cornucopia wreath coming this weekend. And then we're going to do Santa hats. So there's a lot you can do with these hats. So if you want to make the cornucopia wreath, you need one for that. And if you want to make any Santa hats, which would make a sweet Christmas gift, then get a few of those. And we will be doing those videos soon too. So have fun making your own witch doctored up hat.